Hello there, guys. I hope you're all well. Well, this stream has been a long time coming. I've been doing this channel for over 7 years now. I think round about 2016, 2017. That's when I started doing Captain Swiss, or Captain Switzerland, as it was all one word known back then. And it started off primarily as a YouTube channel where I did political content, where I talked about the news and politics. Specifically at the time, because I was much more ideological back in those days. I wanted to be the YouTuber for the UK who was both a Jeremy Corbynite Labour supporter and a Brexiteer at the same time, because that was a niche that didn't seem to be filled by anybody else. So that was what I pursued with it. I talk about things that were happening, brought on guests. Gradually, we got a larger cast of characters who came on the channel who'd contribute regularly. We founded our annual Milky Awards as well, which is where we would give awards to politicians, stream guests, and side chatters alike. We set up a bit of an institution with this channel, and definitely in the first year or two, it grew pretty quickly. It grew pretty quickly. I think we surpassed our 1,000 subscribers about a year and a half after we started it. Still haven't quite made it up to 2,000 yet, mind you. I apologize, by the way, if I sound a little bit hoarse. I'm just getting over a bit of a chest infection at the moment. But many of you guys will be aware that sort of over the years, the regularity of me doing the content has decreased from time to time. I don't have that passion in me for talking about politics quite as obsessively as I did at the beginning of this all. And about a year or so ago, I really started to toy with the idea of changing the whole format of the channel, affecting everything that I was going to be doing, sort of doing a big rebranding and starting off from day zero, so to speak. And those plans kind of got derailed a little bit by circumstances in my family. And I kind of shelved it for a little while and just went back to doing part-time politics stuff. Well, as the kids say, you only live once. And something, maybe it was in my my chest infection delirium that I was in the past couple of days, but something said to me, Swiss, it's time. It's time to do it now. You're 30 years old. When you started this YouTube channel off, 30 was far off in the distance. And you said to yourself at the time, yeah, but by the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 27 or 30 or whatever, oh, I'll be big on YouTube. I'll be earning a living from doing it. I'll be living the dream by then. And it hasn't happened. Admittedly, it hasn't happened because for large swathes of time, I didn't put the effort in to make it happen. Well, that's going to change. And the reason I've been avoiding making that change is because I know that change is sometimes difficult, especially if I'm going to be steering the direction of this channel away from specifically politics and news related content, which is what a large bulk of the audience that watch me originally came here for, to a much more varied spread of things. Naturally, that is going to alienate some viewers. It will probably lose me some subscribers. I also have plenty of faith that there'll be a large number of you who want to stay here and see what else I'm doing as well. But that's the reason the decision had been put off so long, because I knew that it was going to have some growing pains. But I've decided that it's time to really put every little bit of effort into this. So what will this channel be about? Well, in a nutshell, this channel will be about whatever I want it to be about. Now, there will still be the occasional bit of politics and news content if it interests me. If you imagine big tentpole events like general elections or US election, reacting to big events or whatever, that stuff's still likely to happen. But in addition to that, I will unapologetically now be saying, yes, I'll be making video gaming content. Yes, I will be doing reviews of things. Yes, I'll be trying to add a little bit of comedy or a little bit of short films or anything else that isn't covered by any of those preceding categories there. The sky is truly the limit. When I was much younger, I did a number of other different YouTube channels, and none of them were single purpose. They literally had everything going for them, and that's what I'm going to be returning to doing now. So the reason that I'm making this video to kind of tell you all that is because, as I've just said to you, I understand that with this being a substantial change in the channel now, there will be some of you who have been with me along for this journey so far who might decide, you know what, it's time to go. I'm here for the politics, I'm here for the polling, I'm here for all the rest of it. I'm not interested in the other stuff, and maybe I'm going to stop watching. What I want to say to you guys very genuinely is thank you. Thank you very much to all of you who have watched this channel over the years. Those of you who have joined me as guests in the streams, those of you that have commented on the videos, commented on the streams, and indeed the silent majority of you out there whom I know exist, who rarely or perhaps don't at all interact with the channel, but I know that you've been there. The analytics numbers tell me that you've been there. So I appreciate you being there too. And this is day 0 or day 1, if you like. My aim is to put out some content every single day. This is my challenge that I've set myself. 365 days of content. Will it all be hit? Will some of it be a miss? We'll wait and see. But you know what? You aim for the moon, and maybe you break orbit. Maybe you don't quite make it to the moon, but you get further than you would have done otherwise. That's an interesting metaphor. Wrap it up, Swiss. Wrap it up. All right then. So in that vein, after saying my heartfelt thanks to all of you guys, I'm now going to get out my little shilling pan and say that I've rebooted the Patreon as well. I turned that off maybe a year or 2 ago when my content became a lot more irregular because I didn't feel it was fair to be taking money off of people if I wasn't putting much stuff out there. Now with this new view that I've got, I'm going to be pushing to put stuff out there every day. Obviously, if I can get a gradually increasing revenue stream from this channel, that could be reinvested in the stuff that I've always wanted to do, the stuff that I've said for years and years I was going to do. More equipment, a proper sort of studio, green screens, a fancy camera, a better microphone, paying for good editing software, all that sort of stuff. That's really where I've got my sights set on right now. So it will be trial and error, folks. It will be trial and error as I find my feet with this new stuff that I'm doing. Some of the stuff that I end up making won't be for everybody, but that's what we're going to try with it. All right. And one other thing that I will mention, I had said to you guys that I was going to do a stream for the US election coming up. I have now requested the day off work, the day after the US election results. So assuming that gets approved, you will still be getting your US election stream. Don't you worry. I'll take a few quick comments from people here. Psycho Ben says, the kids don't say YOLO anymore, Swiss. Oh, you're right. For real, no cap. Captain Swiss is going to be Skibbity Toilet Ohio making that content. I don't know. I don't know what half of those words mean, to be honest with you. Bubblevis says, you're welcome. Podge says, he has risen. Frank says, yo, good stream, Swiss. Glad to see the regeneration is done and the new era has started. Yes, it only stalled for a year. We only got stuck on the regeneration phase for a year, and now we're finally moving on with it. And Average Joe, what can I say, Average Joe? Best of luck in your new venture. I'll be here to watch the journey with a £10 super chat. That is wonderful. Thank you very much, Average Joe. Very much appreciated. It begins today, folks. 365 days of content. It begins today. I hope you'll stay here for me with this journey. If you don't, I appreciate you having been here so far. But the one thing I'll promise you, it won't be boring. Catch you all later. Ta-ta.